Hi guys, Anastasia here, and I just wanted to wish you a happy Easter. Unfortunately, we might not get to go do what we normally do, whether it's go on big Easter egg hunts or go to church or see family. So I wanted to create a happy Easter picture. So this is going to be two parts. First, we're going to draw it. That's in case you don't want to paint it. So I'm going to teach you how to draw our happy little Easter bunny here holding an egg, okay? So we will draw it. You can do it with paper, with pen, with marker, with crayons, with pencil, whatever you want. So we're going to draw it out, and then you can color it or do whatever you want with it. If you want to paint it, then the second part of this video is going to show you how to paint it. So let's get started with drawing it. Okay, so I'm starting with a blank canvas. Again, you can use paper, whatever you want. I'm going to use a Sharpie marker just so it's bright enough for you guys to see it on camera, but you can use, again, whatever materials that you have handy, okay? So the first thing we want to draw is the egg, and that's because the egg's sort of the center, and we're going to build the bunny around the egg. So you can put this anywhere on your piece of paper or your canvas. I'm going to put mine kind of off to the side. I don't like things directly in the center. I like things off just a little bit. So let's draw our egg. And I'm going to draw a big egg. Okay, there's my egg. Now, let's draw the bunny rabbit's arms wrapping around the egg, holding on to the egg, okay? So, on one side, you're going to do sort of like an oval, kind of a flattened down oval. So, there's one half of it, and we can bring it over here to the side. Now, we're going to do it exactly on the same opposite side. Not the same opposite side. The opposite side, sorry. Okay, here we go. So there is our other oval. Okay, so that's our bunny's arms. Now let's do a bunny head. I have my little guy tilting his head a little bit. You can put it wherever. I tilted it so it doesn't look like the egg is his body. So off to the side, we're going to tilt it. And we're going to do another big oval. Just like that, okay? Now, I want a happy little bunny. Let's start with the nose because the nose is right in the middle of the face, and then we can build everything around it, just like we did with the egg. So, in the middle of his face, we're going to draw a nose. I'm going to make an upside down triangle, but I'm going to kind of make it a little curvy. Instead of the sharp points on the end, we're going to put a little bit of curves, okay? And then I'm going to draw a smiley face coming from that nose. So right at the bottom of the nose, come up on one side, and then come up on the other side. And I want my Easter bunny to be super happy. So he's going to have some rosy red cheeks. So let's draw some circles there for our rosy red cheeks. And then we need eyes, right? So let's draw eyes. All right, starting to look kind of like a bunny face. But what really makes a bunny look like a bunny? That would be big ears. So let's make some big ears. So because its head's tilted and it's kind of up high, one ear is going to be going off the page a little bit. We're just going to do a big loop, okay? So go up, and mine's going off the page, loop around, and come back down. And I'm going to do the same thing on this side for this ear. So up, loop around, and come back down. There we go. Now, let's do, because if you look at the inside of a bunny's ear, it's actually pink. So we're going to do two layers. So let's do another loop inside of the ears. So we're going to loop up and loop back down. And then loop up and loop back down. How you guys doing? All right, starting to look kind of like a bunny. Now we need some feet. So we are going to draw more ovals. Draw your oval down here at the bottom. Kind of makes the egg look like it's sitting in the bunny's lap. Okay, so there's an oval. And then we'll do an oval on this side, okay? And then let's give him some toes. And to do toes, it's going to be really simple. If you look at the bottom of a bunny's feet, it's got little pads on there, and we're going to do 3. So just 3 circles. So 1, 2, 3. Perfect, okay? And now the other side. 1, 2, 3. And there's my Easter bunny. So that's how you draw a bunny, holding an Easter egg. Now you can decide however you want to design your Easter egg. You can draw it out or you can paint it out. I'll give mine a little bit of a design so you can see what I'm talking about. So I think I'm going to make mine with zigzags on it. So my Easter egg is going to have a zigzag. And then I'm going to make another one right below it, so it's got stripes. And then I think I'll make one here. And do another one right below. And you can make polka dots, you can do whatever you want. So that's how you draw your rabbit. Now, go paint your Easter rabbit or draw your Easter rabbit. If you do want to paint it, I'm going to go on to the next step of painting it. So, that's how you get started. All right, if you're ready to paint your bunny, now we're going to start painting. So, the first thing I like to do is paint the background. I'm getting my brush ready. And I usually always paint the background first because with acrylic paints, it'll paint right over whatever you just painted. So if I were to go over my lines, that would be okay. So I'm going to paint my background first. I think I'm going to give my bunny a nice big blue sky because I hope it's nice and sunny on Easter. And then I'm going to do some grass down here. So I'm going to get light blue and I'm going to start painting my sky. You can paint maybe a sunshine in here. You could put birds flying. What are some things that remind you of Easter? Maybe tulips, some flowers. Easter's when a lot of things are born and start to grow. In fact, I have a cat and I have a very big dog, and we have a dog door in our house, and behind my house is a creek. And every time in the spring, which is about this time of year, the bunnies start being born. And there's a bunch of little bunny nests in the woods behind my house by the creek. And the cat likes to go get the baby bunnies out of their nest and bring them through the dog door and set them free in my house. So I spend every spring catching baby bunnies and either returning them to the wild, or if they're too little, I usually take them to a local rescue. So I'm painting right up to the lines on my bunny. And if I paint faster than you, then that's okay. You can pause this video at any time. And I hope when you guys get done, you will share your pictures with me and let me see what you did. I would love to see your pictures. Okay, now I'm going to paint around the ears. I'm going to paint this whole background. And maybe you can see where I went over the line a little bit. That's okay, because we're just going to paint over it later. With painting, it's fun because paints just cover things up, so you can paint right over it. I don't know if every year, my son and I dye eggs, and I don't know if we're going to do that this year. I want to, but that means I have to go to the grocery store. I'm trying to avoid that if possible. So we're almost done. I'm going to get a little more paint I don't need a lot, but just to finish this up. Okay. And then I'm going to draw that line, an invisible line across my bunny so I can get an idea of where it stops over here. And we're going to paint that side as well. Okay. So if you aren't ready to move on, that is completely okay. I'm trying to paint fast just so I don't bore you with my stories. However, if you need more time, go ahead and pause the video, and when you're ready to start, we're gonna paint the grass, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm washing my brush off. It's very important to wash your brush. I'm gonna use the same brush. So it's my big brush, wide brush, because I'm covering a large area. So rinsing it off, if you have a cup of water, what you do is you can actually put the brush all the way into the bottom of the cup and stir it around, and that helps knock that paint off the brush. Okay, so now I have my green paint, and I'm going to paint the whole bottom green. All the way up to our sky. Okay, if you want to have fun with this one, you can actually make individual grass blades. So I'm going to grab a small brush. Let me find one here. I'm just getting a tiny little brush, and I'm going to use the same green, but I'm going to make little blades of grass, okay? So they can point different directions. If you wanted to paint tulips or flowers, you could absolutely do that because it's spring, and that's what happens around Easter. You start seeing all the flowers popping up. I've been doing a lot of walking lately, and I'm seeing a lot of flowers. I love the flowers. There we go. And I'll add a couple of blades of grass over here. That just makes it look fun. Again, you can paint bumblebees, or you can paint a sun, whatever you want. I'm going to keep mine simple for you, okay? So I'm going to clean my brush again. And now we have to pick a color for our bunny. So lots of bunnies are white, but if I paint white, it won't be much fun for you guys. So I'm going to paint mine like a light brown or kind of a cream color so that you can see it. So let me put my paint on my palette, and I'm going to get a medium-sized brush now. So let me find one and I'll show you. Maybe I've got a bunch of brushes here. I need to clean them. Okay, so I have a medium-sized brush because it's not fine detail, but it's also not great big space. So with my medium-sized brush, I'm going to pick up my cream color, and I'm going to paint, we'll just start with the feet. So bunnies come in white, they come in brown. I don't know if there's any black bunnies. I haven't seen a lot of black bunnies, but there might be. So you can figure out what color you want your bunny to be. And we're going to paint the foot. And I'm kind of just leaving those circles alone because his little toe pads are going to be pink. If you ever look at the bottom of a dog's foot or a cat's foot, the bunny's foot's going to be just like it. A nice soft pink color. Okay, so I got one foot. And now I'll go ahead and paint his arm while I'm over here. And then we're going to paint the other arm. I used heavy marker to draw this out, which you probably wouldn't do. So I might have to put 2 coats on this just to cover that up. And if I were going to put 2 coats, then I would probably wait. You do want to wait until that first coat dries, okay? Then let's paint his other foot. Maybe I can even name my bunny. What should I name my bunny? What if I named him Hopper? Is that too cliche? Does anyone know what cliche means? It means too common. So Hopper. I think my guy's gonna be named Hopper. If you name your bunny, tell me what you named him in the comments when you show me the picture of your painted bunny. I'd love to know what you named your bunny. Okay, so now I'm going to paint his head. So I'm going to paint around, whoop, I picked up a little bit of green there. Let me clean that off. My bunny doesn't have a green head. Maybe he's got some grass stains. Okay, so it's still going to be a little bit of green just because it was already on there. So I'm going to paint around his eyes and around his cheeks. And if you paint over them, again, it's okay because we can paint right over the top of that. And for his mouth, you can cover it up if you want to, because we're going to draw it back in with black paint. So I'm going to go ahead and just cover mine up, even though you can probably still see it a little bit. That's okay. So I'm leaving his cheeks and his nose and his eyes. If you didn't draw it out before, then you paint the whole thing one color and draw it on afterwards. Okay, so now I got his face and now his ears. All right, there's one ear. I'm leaving the middle alone because I want to paint that pink. Make it nice, soft, and pink, like a bunny's ears. All right, I think my little cream colored bunny is about done. Now I'm gonna get pink. I think I'm gonna use a little bit darker pink just so you guys can see it, but you can use a really light pink or you can use a darker pink, whatever you want. So I'm going to get my small brush again. Make sure it's good and clean so you're not getting grass stains on your bunny's face. And with my small brush, I'm going to pick up my pink. And we got several pink areas on this little guy. So first I'm going to paint Hopper's toes. So I'm going to paint that pink right in there in my circle. And then I'm going to do it again. I wonder how many toes a bunny really has. I don't actually know. If anybody has a bunny in real life, let me know if you know how many toes a bunny has. Probably not 3, but for our picture, mine's got 3. Okay, then I'm going to do the toes on the other side. And these are kind of connected. That's okay. He's your bunny. He can be any way you want him to be. All right, so I did his toes. Now I want to do his ears, just the inside. So I'm going to paint his ears up here. I'm still using my small brush. Okay, and then the other ear. I want to do his rosy cheeks. And if I make them rosy, it just makes him look that much happier. So I want a happy little Hopper bunny. And then I'm also going to do his little nose pink. I'm pretty sure those are pink. All right. So the only thing I have left is to draw the mouth and the eyes. And I'm going to get black for that. So let me find my black. There it is. I'll squirt a little bit of black here. I'm going to get my small brush again and get just a little bit of black, okay? And I'm going to do his eyes. So his little circle eyes there. And then I actually want to define his nose a little bit. Anything that you want to pop out, you can trace with the black. So I think in the final painting I have, everything is outlined. You can outline it or you can't. It doesn't matter. But I think I am going to go ahead and outline his nose just to make it pop out a little bit. So I'm going to just create a little black line around his nose. And then I'm going to paint his mouth. So big happy face over to the side. And another big happy face there. So there's my bunny with his egg. Now I'm going to stop the video, but I want you to decorate the egg however you want to decorate it. Do you do it in stripes and polka dots, in zigzags? What would you like it to look like? You can do stars or hearts. I would love to see what you guys come up with. Happy Easter, and please share your Easter paintings with me. Bye, guys.